Alright, good day guys, welcome to the Little Man Space channel. Today we have this question: limit as x approaches infinity, square root of x squared minus x plus 1 minus square root of x. Now if we have a question like this, we should know the indeterminate form. When we have infinity minus infinity, these are indeterminate. When you have infinity over infinity, this is indeterminate. Now if we have this question, if we substitute for infinity here, we said infinity square, which is infinity, minus infinity. So we have infinity minus infinity here, which will make the question indeterminate. So how do we solve about this? What we basically do is we conjugate. Let's go for it. Now what do we do in conjugation? What we take now, we basically turn this into over 1. Now when you are conjugating, when you have square root of a plus square root of b over 1, the conjugation will basically be times square root of a, opposite sign, minus square root of b over square root of a minus square root of b. So for this, which is minus, the conjugate will be a plus. Now if we say we should do it here, so what we basically do here is we multiply this one by square root of x squared minus x plus 1 plus square root of x. You divide it also by square root of x squared minus x plus 1 plus square root of x. Now you see this, when we divide this by this, it still equals to 1. So basically we're not changing anything in the equation. So what we're going to do now, we're going to multiply this by this and this by this. Now we know anything multiplied by 1 is equals to that same thing. Now we have square root of x squared minus x plus 1 minus square root of x times square root of x squared minus x plus 1 plus square root of x. Now if we have this thing, it will take us the difference of 2 square. That basically, if we have, let's say, square root of a minus square root of b, square root of a plus square root of b, that will be equals to x squared minus b squared. So basically we can say this is our a, this is our b, this is our a, this is our b. So we're going to take this difference of 2 square, we're going to apply it to this. So what we basically do is, now we say limit as x approaches infinity, you have square root of x squared minus x plus 1 all squared minus square root of x all squared divided by, now this 1 times this, that should be square root of x squared minus x plus 1 plus square root of x. Now after we done this, so we can square this one basically, yeah. So we say limit as x approaches infinity would be x squared minus x plus 1, because when you basically square root, you can cancel the square here, minus x all over square root of x squared minus x plus 1 plus square root of x. So what do we do here? We can collect like terms here. So we have minus x here. So we'll be able to say limit as x approaches infinity, we have x squared minus 2x plus 1 over square root of x squared minus x plus 1 plus root x. Now how do we go on for this? Now if we have a question like this, we basically have solved it like this. So for this, we say limit as x approaches infinity. So let's factor x squared. We have x squared minus 2x plus 1 divided by, now we factor x squared out for this, we say x squared. So if we take out x squared here, that will be 1 minus 1 over x plus 1 over x squared plus root x. So what we basically do, we have passed all the x squared, we can say x approaches infinity. We have x squared minus 2x plus 1 all over, so square root of x squared, that should give us x root 1 minus 1 over x plus 1 over x squared plus square root of x. Now if we want to go for this, now we can divide everything through by x. So when we divide everything through by x, let's say we have a limit as x approaches infinity, x squared divided by x minus 2x divided by x plus 1 divided by x over, since x work for this one, we say x root 1 minus 1 over x plus 1 over x squared, everything here divided by x plus root x divided by x. So x here, we can have limit as x approaches infinity, we have x minus 2x plus 1 over x, everything all divided by, so this one, that should give us square root of 1 minus 1 over x plus 1 over x squared plus, now we have square root of x, that should give us 1 over square root of x. Now we can substitute our infinity for this one. So if we substitute our infinity for this particular question, we're gonna have limit as x approaches infinity, infinity minus 2 into bracket infinity plus 1 over infinity all over square root of 1 minus 1 over infinity plus 1 over infinity squared plus 1 over square root of infinity. So everything here will be alright. Well, since we made an error here, 2x divided by x, that should give us 2. So this should be cancelled. This should be cancelled. So so this error here, we've corrected it. So now we can substitute for it now. So we will have, so infinity minus 2, that will be infinity. So we have infinity plus, then we have 1 over infinity, that should be 0 over, then we have square root of 1 square infinity, that should be 0, and this one should be what, 0, plus this one also should be 0. So we have infinity over square root of 1, which will be equals to infinity over 1. So our answer is equals to infinity. So we have limit as x approaches infinity, square root of x squared minus x plus 1 minus square root of x over 1 should be equals to infinity.